Hi, I'm Michael Brumbaugh, the founding attorney for the Brumbaugh Law Firm. We're a law firm that focuses on estate planning and elder law, and today we are talking about healthcare directives. And Amanda has some questions for me.
All right. Um, Tell me what the different documents are that are in your healthcare directives. What does each one do?
The most common things here in Ohio that we're going to have for healthcare directives is you're going to have a healthcare power of attorney, and that document names who can make decisions for you when you can't. And you usually have a first choice, and then I think it's a good idea to have backups in there because maybe your first choice isn't available for some reason. So healthcare power of attorney says anytime I can't make healthcare decisions, here's who makes them for me. So mine says Pam makes them for me. And that covers from little decisions like do I fill prescriptions with name brand or generic, or all the way can cover all the way up to end of life decisions. Now, if I also have a living will, which in my case I do, that living will says it speaks for me when I can't and lets my family and the medical folks and the world know I made some decisions ahead of time when I can't speak, and tries to take a nasty time and tries to take that tough decision off the family. Because the living will basically says if my doctor and another doctor say I'm in a permanent coma, or two doctors say I'm terminal, can't communicate, that they can't fix me back up, and the only thing their care is doing for me is dragging out the dying process. It's not making me better. Then my living will kicks in. It says, make me comfortable, turn everything off. Before you do that, let my family know what's happening. Then turn everything off. Don't bring me back. Don't resuscitate me. Now, folks can also have do not resuscitate orders they get from their doctor that they can get into more detail and say, and usually you don't do these unless your quality of life's really suffering. And you may say, if I have a heart attack, don't bring me back. Don't put an oxygen tube down in me. Those are things beyond what a living will does, beyond what a healthcare power of attorney. Those are orders you get from the doctor. These things all fit together. Everybody after 18 should have a healthcare power of attorney, a living will too, if they want to take that off of their family. You don't really need to do not resuscitate orders unless things are going bad in your life and your quality of life is really bad, and then that's a discussion you have with the doctor.
Okay. Who what type of people or who should we name as our agents for the healthcare power of attorney?
Well, put some thought into it. Sometimes families come in here, and when we're helping them put these things in place, they just say, well, we're going to start oldest and go on down. Maybe that makes sense. Maybe that makes no sense at all. What I'm going to ask them to do is say, if you couldn't make your own healthcare decisions, because people focus on, when they think of these, they always think of like end of life decisions. And they could be making those kind of decisions. But they could just be making a decision. Maybe someone's got dementia and it's just a decision of they've got a rash and they can't, their dementia's so bad they can't say what ointment to put on it. And so they're calling up the healthcare agent. Mom or dad's got a rash and we recommend we put an ointment on it. Do we have your blessing? It could be those kinds of decisions that could last for months, if not years. So it's not just into life, it could be ongoing decisions. So you want to name somebody that knows about you, that has time to be involved in making these decisions, and somebody that can make a decision. Some people can't. Some people can't make a decision. They may be wonderful people, but this job is gathering information, making a decision. You also want somebody that in the family gets along, that can keep the other folks involved and tell them what's happening. But I generally recommend the buck stops with one person. You can set them up. It can be more than one person at the same time. But if you have two people and they tie, the doctor's going to be like, you guys figure it out, and everything falls apart. So I kind of like a hierarchy. First person, if they can't do it, then we have backups.
How many backups should somebody have?
Yeah, I mean, if you got somebody you can name that's qualified, at least one backup. A lot of times we shoot for a primary and 2 to 3 backups.
Is that so in case somebody is unavailable or gets sick themselves, you've got somebody else to fall on?
Yeah, I mean, the healthcare folks are pretty practical with this as a rule, unlike financial power of attorneys, a whole different document. financial power of attorneys, if someone's named ahead of you, the bank and the investment company is not going to let you, if you're lower on the list, take over unless you show the person ahead of you is passed on or incompetent or something like, or resigned. Medical folks tend to be much more practical. If you're lower down on the list, but you're the only one there, they will usually let you make the decisions till the other folks show up. So, and they may not be there for all kinds of reasons. You know, maybe they're on vacation, maybe they're stuck at work, maybe maybe they got somebody in their family they're taking care of. Coronavirus, maybe they're in quarantine. You know, who knows?
So speaking of the coronavirus, if I have an agent, maybe I only have one agent right now, and they're quarantined, or maybe they're working in a hospital or someplace where they may get sick or have a higher risk of getting sick. And I have these documents, what should I do?
If you only have one agent named, it's one agent's in an up-to-date healthcare power of attorney. One agent is better than not having one. But if you have the ability, it would be a good idea to get one updated and name some backups. Because if the one agent's not available because they're in quarantine or they're sick or whatever, then it didn't do you any good because they're not there to take care of you if you get sick. So that's the whole reason we name backups. And as you know, these are all things we help our families with. If somebody needs these documents, we can help them. If they don't want to come see us for some reason, go see somebody. Get these things done. They're crucial. And we got families right now that need updated documents, and they're in the nursing homes, and it's hard to get in because they're on lockdown, and it's just a tough time. It's a weird time right now that folks that don't have these things in place already, some of them we can get them in place. Some of them it's very difficult.
Well, thank you for answering those questions.
You're welcome.